Hello and warm welcome to the micro podcast OKR Show. My name is Madan Upadhyay and I'm the host for today's podcast. I'm really super excited to share with you that today is the first series of micro podcast and really super pumped to start this journey and bring a lot of learning to you. Today I have a special guest with me. He is Mr. Vaidyanathan Ramalingam. He is the CEO, founder of OKR Star. And just to share with you, this is the India first and only exclusive OKR software, CFR automation, and OKR learning software. So, Vaidya, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, good morning. Thank you
So,
for the
before we,
opportunity.
yeah, thanks a lot, Vaidya. Thanks a lot, and welcome to this podcast. Before we start, can you please introduce yourself to the audiences?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. Myself, Vaidyanathan Ramalingam, shortly Vaidya. I am into the software as a service business from Bangalore, Silicon Valley of India, since 2013. Personally, I have been having 3 decades of experience at many Fortune 50 MNCs, mostly on the software and research and development area. So coming to OKR Stars, we have started our performance management since 2013 and so on. And today we are into 9th year, and I'm glad to share more details to Madan during this podcast.
Great, this is incredible. So, Badya, this is our first podcast. I'm really excited. So, can you please share your experience uh, with respect to OKR and how actually it's creating impact into the industry? Because what I can see, it exists in 1970, but there is a lot of excitement into the industry since last couple of years. So, what's your experience? How it's creating the impact?
Okay, this is a great question. In fact, many newcomers, those who would like to adopt OKR, they typically ask some of these kind of questions. What is that OKR is different from other practices, or what is the impact it's creating? So let me tell quickly before I give answer. Since we are a 8-year-old company in the talent management and performance management space since 2013, we have done some prototype in 2016, and we did some experiments and go to market fit and so on. Then we made some automation around KPI, and last year 2019 we have commercialized OKR software. So now the impact what we see is there are multiple requirement is coming from market, especially this part of the world. One, they wanted to have all-in-one software. That means they have some software available already, so they wanted to add something. Secondly, they want integration requirement. Third one is migration from traditional performance to new OKR. And then they ask how to maximize the impact, how to maximize the benefit. So to coming to the impact part, this is definitely I would say most evolved model that we have. 1954 Peter Drucker introduced MBO. 1968 Intel came out with IMBO model, and then 74 John Doerr joined Intel, and then he learns OKR. 81 smart goals came from George T. Doran from US. Then Larry Page accredits this 1999 that it helped Google and so on. 2017 we got this wonderful book called Measure What Matters, and then the history, you know it. So I would call the maximum impact. I would say at least 3 key impact that the adoption can help. One, it can create the collective commitment, and then second, it creates 360-degree of alignment in the organization. When I say alignment, it is between the employees, department level, and organization. Third one is it creates the more risk-taking appetite, aspirational goal, audacious goal, and so on. So, is overall, if I say OKR is definitely a good thing, especially post-pandemic, I would strongly recommend to go and adopt this OKR.
Uh,
Sure, sure.
since you since you talked about multiple framework, one you talked about MBO, second you talked about balance scorecard, or there are multiple like agile iteration, Scrum. When it comes to OKR adoption, it sounds similar to the existing one, and it gives a sense of overhead to the leadership team. So my quick question from your experience, that how to overcome this situation and take the leaders buy-in for OKR.
Actually, from our practical hands-on experience from OKR starts, whether you call MBO that came from Peter Drucker and IMBO model, which initiated from Intel, and then SMART goals, KPI, actually all has its own merits and demerits. It's an evaluation, I would call. I recommend OKRs considering its benefits and wider adoption rate, especially the penetration level globally. Just like ISO 9000 in 90s, and then agile adoption from waterfalls model subsequently. So now we see a wave happening from moving out of MBO to OKRs. So we don't need to worry what is wrong or what was wrong with MBO. It's just an evaluation, just like your ISO compared to the previous quality standard. Similarly, agile compared to the waterfalls. And then now the OKR has multiple ingredients, which is some portion of SMART goals, some portion of the IMBO that came from Intel, some portion of the management by objectives. So it is a evaluation. So overall, it is a more, adoption is coming. Everybody is tweaking the process, but the principally it is very simple, very agile, and it can be implemented in any organization, no matter whether it is a technology or manufacturing or retail. Everywhere it can be easily fit.
Okay, great. So I think this is great sense of excitement, especially for me. But a quick question on behalf of other consultants like agile coaches, digital transformation consultant. Does it mean that everybody has a great prospect and opportunity when they will lean their part towards OKR? And this is how 2021 looks like. There will be a humongous opportunity into OKR space.
Yes, definitely. As when I mentioned evaluation, it is I would say, just to give analogy, it is like a 5G phone. Whether you may have the button phone or a 2G, 3G, but it is a matter of time. But I would call everyone will eventually move to 5G phone, considering 5G is the latest. So because of user experience and its advantages. Similarly, when the goal management comes, though we have many organizations based on their maturity level, their practices, adoption rate, and then the attempt in their journey, because it is not an overnight journey. In OKR, it will take time. It is not an instant fix or a process or checklist. So I would call the market, everybody will be inspired by the measure what matters and OKR advantages. So it is only the matter of time.
OKR has great opportunity, and it's you give the analogy of 5G. So alignment and focus are the two ingredients of OKR. So I believe 5G, you talked about, it's a big change across the organization. So from your experience, how would you like to share your experience, how to introduce OKR to entire company? Because end of the day, it's all about adoption and scaling, right? What's your suggestion? What's your experience? How to introduce?
Okay, it's a great question. I would call we need to have phased approach, because you cannot bring organization transformation overnight. So we also suggest our clients, and we also seen many other already went live kind of customers, and my own personal experience at Intel. So I would call we need to have first CEO -1 and -2 level, where we focus on organization and department level OKRs, and then we have first level of alignment there itself at the phase 1. Subsequently, rest of the team, CEO -3 and other teams, they can focus on team level OKRs and do the 360-degree alignment. So first phase CEO -1, -2, second phase rest of the team, First phase, inter-department level and organization level alignment. Second phase enables 360-degree alignment.
All right, great. So phase by phase adoption and phase by phase, I mean, scaling the OKR is always best option, right? Right, Vaidya? This is
Yes,
what your suggestion. Great.
exactly.
So, would experience the resistance because what I feel, let me rephrase my question. It's all about the change management, right? So would you like to talk something about how to manage this change to achieve the desired business outcome through the OKR?
Yes, definitely. So many company moment the management decides to roll out or adopt OKRs. Typical thinking is everyone thinks it is yet another work. Because you may not see buy-in from everyone coming, because any new initiative across the organization, whether domestically or internationally, this is the first thing come. They should not think this is another work. They should feel this is a part of their organization contribution. So you should make it that OKR is not something we have to do something like another project or something. It is a part of their organization contribution. So thereby the commitment from CEO and his or her sponsorship is very critical. We need to have internal OKR champions who will take and take this organization priorities towards department level and team level. We need to create more recognition practices and so on. So this way, it is it is in a phased baby steps and phased manner we can bring this. But it is not that just like we buy some CRM tool or a sales automation software, we implement it today, tomorrow we see benefit. It is not like that. It is something like it's a journey, and this is how I would suggest. And most of our clients, we also have our hands-on experience in this manner.
All right, great. So as you know, I think it's a great insight and great experience sharing with the entire audiences. And it's a micro podcast. So my last question to you, Vaidyanathan. So OKR stars, it's your brainchild, and since last 7 to 8 years, you are actually nurturing and you are helping the customers to adopt and take the journey to the next level. So would you like to share with us that how OKR Star is helping the leaders in OKR adoption, and how come you help the customers in the future in 2021 to set up their goal and take the journey to the next level?
Yeah, sure. OKR Stars is the world's first OKR plus CFR combined and only scalable services, which includes talent management products from our other brand called Skills to Talent. So all we provide from same company. So thereby, for a customer perspective, it is a convenience of getting full OKR implementation services in one organization as a one-stop solution. Okay. So what we offer basically objective and key results software, then CFR, which is a twin sister of OKR, as it is mentioned by John Doyer. CFR stands for conversations, feedback, and recognition. This is a human part of OKR. So we integrate CFR automation tools. Third one is KPI automation, key performance indicator, like for example, Jira. Those who use Jira tool, Agile tool, the data will come automatically. You don't need to enter anything on our OKR software. So thereby your data driven will happen off the screen. It will happen through REST API technologies. Then we also provide e-learning and certification. So e-learning is a content where people can use. We also have picture-in-picture kind of features where if someone in the employee, whether working from home or at office, we have a picture-in-picture facility where the video can play the learning courses, a small screen on the desktop, and people can make it part of their normal work. No need to spend separately their learning. Learning can become part of their day-to-day work, and then certification. Finally, we have very powerful SSO integrations, single sign-on, where you call it Microsoft or Google or Slack. All those tools are well integrated, including our HRIS, Great HR, which is India's #1. So thereby, the conclusion, what I would like to say is, we have the world first combined solution as one-stop offering, where we have software integration, automation, e-learning, and then single sign-on.
All right, this is great. So thanks a lot for your time, Bedda. It's a great learning for you. It's a great insight, and wish you all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot
much,
for
Madan.
joining us
I really
today.
appreciate.
Yeah, great, great. So audiences, great here. So stay tuned. We are coming with a lot of OKR show in the future. Thank you very much for listening.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.